when I first met the team from the theatre, we threw around a lot of titles for a very long time, and actually it was a suggestion of the artistic team at DAILES. I'd never read it, I'd only seen the Kubrick film, which I loved. And then when I went back and read the novel, I suddenly realised that there was a more, I guess, theatrical way to approach it. Like, the film is brilliant and has a very dreamlike quality, and I think theatre's at its best when it is sitting somewhere between reality and a dream. And so a story about a dream seemed like it had a lot of theatrical possibilities. And I also think I'm really interested in relationships and in particularly how, I guess, nervous we are about talking about things like sex, particularly in long-term relationships and marriages, and the fact that we all are human beings and all have these desires, and yet how do we find a way to talk about them? And it was something that, because of the time he was living in Austria, Schnitzler was very sort of aware of. It was the time of Freud and the whole conversation around the subconscious. And I think those are still really interesting conversations that we're quite afraid of having now. So making a play where those are front and center seemed an exciting challenge. I think the mood of Dream Story is going to be quite dark, in the way that dreams and subconscious are quite dark, but also in the way that often when you see sex and relationships on stage, it's very clean and Instagrammable and very beautiful and neat, and actually life and relationships and sex are usually dark and dirty and complicated and sometimes a little bit scary. So I think one of the most exciting things for me about making a piece of theatre is collaboration, and part of that collaboration has been to understand how all the different components can come together to create the mood of the piece. And because it is a dream story, it's very much about a couple, Frank and Alice, and their dreams, one which is just a dream and one which is lived out in real time. But with that, we're collaborating with a brilliant musician who's composed live music that has hopefully quite a dark, pulsating feeling of Frank's inner life. And then we're working with French performance artist Olivier de Sagazan, who works with clay, and he transforms his own body with clay, making masks. And he's come and worked with the actors. And again, those masks are hopefully giving a darker, moodier side to the visions and experiences that the couple go through. I'm absolutely loving working here at DAILES Theatre with the entire team. I think that there's something incredible about the ambition of the building, in terms of the work that it makes, in terms of the people it collaborates with, in terms of the resources it gives me as a director, and including in that the actors, who are brilliant and throw themselves into everything with complete conviction. I think one of the reasons that I wanted to come and work here is because the audiences are also incredible. People turn out to see such a wide variety of shows about different subjects in different styles with different actors, classical texts, modern texts, and it feels like there's a real appetite from the audience to watch that stuff and to watch it in a way that is open. When thinking about the show, there's one thing that I always come back to, which is a quote from a writer, which says, "The heart of another is a dark forest always, no matter how close it has been to one's own." And I think everyone can relate to that, because no matter how close we feel to even our most dear loved ones, there's always, I think, things that we always keep secret about ourselves, and they always keep secret about themselves, and yet we often find a way to have very close, very loving relationships, and that's quite an interesting and complex thing, and that's what the show's about. So it's probably a good idea for a date night if you're interested in having a fascinating conversation afterwards.